Good morning, everybody. For today's topic, before starting with the today's topic, we will start first revise what we did yesterday because yesterday was the introduction to the this chapter, and in that we have discussed some important point which we should revise today. Okay, so first point we learned yesterday was thermodynamic first law, right? What was the thermodynamic first law? Says that the energy can neither be created nor destroyed, right? Energy can only be transformed or the change from one form to another, right? We already discussed that in the universe the energy proportion is a constant. Nobody in the universe can be created new energy, or nobody can destroy the whatever the energy is present, right? What we are doing, that we are just transferring one form of energy to the another form of energy. So yesterday we have discussed that there are few types of energy like mechanical energy, chemical energy, sound energy, light energy, heat energy, etc. There are many heat energy we have discussed yesterday, right? So if you take some mechanical energy, that is converted into the light energy, right? So what we are doing, we are converting whatever the mechanical energy was there into light energy, right? So here in this chapter toward the green energy, we will mostly stick to the electrical energy, right? From different types of energy like thermal energy, chemical energy, hydrothermal energies, we will convert all that energy into the electrical energy, right? That was our first point in the yesterday's. So energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy can be transferred to one form to the another only, right? Then we have discussed that the how the electricity is produced, right? In that we have discussed that it based on the principle of electromagnetic induction proposed by the Michael Faraday, right? What was a principle was there? That whenever the magnetic field around the conductor changes, we already discussed yesterday what is the magnetic field. If you see the diagram again, I give here the north and south bar magnet is there, and around them there is a line passing, that is passing from the north to south, and here also north to south. These are the magnetic field, right? So what the principle is saying, that when the magnetic field around the conductor, yesterday also we have discussed the what is a conductor. The conductor is nothing but a loop of wires, right? We know that a wire is a good conductor. We have already discussed that what is a good conductor, what is bad conductor, right? So whenever we have to produce electricity, we will need a good conductor, right? So to produce a good conductor, we are using a loop of wire in the form of square you can take, in the form of the circle you take, in the form of cylinder you take. Yesterday we already see the all the form of different types of conductor, right? So take whatever the conductor you like, that when the magnetic field around that conductor changes, potential difference is generated. Yesterday we also discussed that what is a potential difference, right? So energy, right, electric energy passing from higher potential energy to the lower potential energy. In that we have discussed that one example, that if you take a two beakers, right, in one beaker the proportion of water is more, and in another beaker proportion of water is less. When you connect it with both the vessel, the water start flowing from higher potential higher vessel to the lower vessel, right? And they will stop after when the both the vessel has equal amount of water. So this is the one simple example of potential difference, right? To further to pass the electricity, we have to create the potential difference. Then and then only the electric charge, right, will passes through the wire from higher potential to lower potential. So this was a principle yesterday we discussed about that. Whenever the magnetic field around the conductor changes, a magnetic difference is generated across the conductor. So to change the magnetic field, we have discussed the two types, right? Either you rotate the magnet and keep the conductor stationary, then also potential difference will generated. We have discussed that this diagram yesterday, or you can keep the magnetic field stationary. Yeah, here the magnetic bar is stationary, but what are you doing? You are rotating the conductor, right? These are the two ways through which we can rotate the conductor across the magnetic field, so that the magnetic field will changes across the conductor and they will generate a magnetic field. That was the principle of Michael Faraday to produce the electricity with the help of magnetic field. So we have discussed that if you want to generate a large amount of electricity, we cannot rotate it this magnet or conductor with the help of hand, because that will not produce enough amount of electric energy. So to produce a commercial purpose of electric energy, we need a huge amount of magnet and the conductor. To rotate that, this cannot be physically possible to rotate by the some appliances, right? So what we are doing for that, uh, yesterday I saw the diagram of turbine, right? There was a turbine, right? What we are doing, we are using some type of energy, some type of energy like thermal energy or steam energy or water energy to rotate the turbine, right? There was a huge turbine was there in yesterday diagram. That turbine was rotated. Because of that rotation, it will rotate either magnet. If you want to rotate the magnet, the turbine will rotate magnet, or if you want to rotate the conductor, the turbine will rotate the conductor, right? So because of that help of turbine, we can rotate the magnet or conductor and they will produce electricity, right? So now in rest of the chapters we will study the different types of energy, right, to rotate the conductor, which is used to rotate the conductor. So in today's we will discuss the thermal energy based electric power station. I know the thermal is water based energy, heat energy, right? Thermal, we will always use word related to the heat, right? So whenever the heat is given to the water, that heat is then the water is converted into the steams, right? So we are using the steam to rotate the thermal power stations, to rotate the turbine to generate electricity. So first, if you see the component of the, this is a schematic diagram of the thermal power stations. So what is the component are mainly in there in the thermal power station are, first important point is a boiler. If you see carefully, this is a boiler. Here the boiler is there, right? So in that boiler, we will use a fuel. Fuel in sense of you can take a coal, right? In this topic, we are discussing the coal. In next topic, nuclear power plant, we will use a radioactive material, uranium, right? Instead of coal. So in the first topic, in a thermal power station, we are using a coal. This coal is, and we are using the water. The condensed water is there. If you see condensed water, that water supply pipe is there. That water will pass from here, it goes to the pump, it will push the huge amount of water into the condenser. This is a condenser which convert uh, steam into the back to water. So first of all we are passing only water, so there is a no use of the condenser, sorry. So the water passes to the pipeline and it goes back to the boiler, right? So where the we burn the coal, so that coal convert passes the heat energy to the water. We know that whenever we burn the coal, it generate a heat. That heat is passes to the water, so that the water is converted into the steam. So the water from here passes and it is start converting into the steam. The whatever the water is coming inside the boiler, this is a boiler, it's starting converting into the streams. This streams is goes to the turbine. Yesterday we saw the huge wheel, right? That was a turbine. This is a schematic, in the schematic diagram they have shown the turbine. This is a turbine. So the steam is passes to the turbine. So the turbine start rotation, right? So the turbine start rotation, it start rotating the, here if you say that we are taking the magnetic field stationary, only we are rotating the conductor. So the conductor will start rotating with the help of turbine, and it passes the it generates electricity and it passes from positive and negative terminal to the power station, right? So after rotation of the turbine, the steam passes to the condenser, back to the condenser. If you see again, I am making. If you the steam is going in the turbine, right? It's make the turbine rotate, and after rotation, after it making the rotation, the steam come back to the condenser, right? Well, I hope everybody knows of condenser, right? If you take a simple example of the cold water, when you take a cold drinks or something cold chill water in the glass, you will find that water is surrounded that glass or water whatever in the vessel you are taking, the small water droplet is surrounded by the that vessels. So where that water is come from? So that water is came from the whatever the air was present around that glass. So because of you pour the cold water inside the glass, so the whatever the air was around the glass, water vapor was around the glass, that condensed to form into water vapor and that stick into the glass. So you find the small droplet of water, right? So here the steam was there. Whenever it come into the condenser, it convert into the water. Still it's very hot, it just convert into the steam, the temperature is not low down. Then that water is passes back to the cooling towers, where the water is cooled down completely. So in that cooling tower, what is happening? That whatever the water molecule which are cooled down, they will settle down, and whichever the water vapors are not able to cool down, they will able passes out of the air, so that the remaining water over the remain cool down and settle in the cold water chambers. Right? This was a schematic diagram. Here, one more thing is there. If you see the diagram, please turn off your voice. Here the stake is there, right? So what is the use of stake? The stake is used to move out the poisonous or whatever the gas or whatever the smooth is produced by the coal is sent out through the stake. Whatever the dust particle or whatever the gas is produced by the coal is passes out through the stake chambers, right? So this is a general schematic diagram of hydrothermal power station. I am repeating again. So first of all, you need a water, huge amount of water to convert into the steam. So for that, here first of all, this is a boiler, right? This boiler contain the fuel. Fuel in this sense we are taking the coal. That coal we burn so that it generate a heat, and that heat is passes to the water, and that water is converted into the steam. That process happen in the boiler. So where the water is coming from? Here there is a cool water present in the cooling chamber tower. That water is passing to the boiler. There the water is converted into the steam. That steam goes to the turbine. We already discussed that steam will rotate the turbine. So the turbine will start rotate, and because of the rotation of turbine, they will rotate the conductor also. Right here we have taken the example where the magnet are stationary and the conductor is rotating. So the conductor will rotate and they will generate a electricity. Here the positive terminals are there. Here there is a negative terminal which is passes to the power station electricity. So the after the rotation of the turbine, the steam will passes to the condenser, right? So I have given the example where the condenser is a nothing but a word when we use it to convert any gaseous substance into the liquid substance. So the whatever the water steams was there in the to rotate the turbine, it come to the condenser, it then convert into the water, but still the temperature of water is not cooled down. So that warm water is passes to the cooling towers, where the whatever the water vapors are present in the water, it passes out with the help of with carrying the heat, so the remaining water get cooled down and settled into the cooling water, which is again used to convert into the steam and then rotate to rotate the turbine. Right? I hope everybody is understood the stake. So we know that when you burn the coal, it generates a gas, and the smooth we use to some dust particle which is passes in the air due to the burning of coal. This all the gases particle, smokes, air, burning things which is passes to the stack and it is sent out into the atmosphere. So this was a general schematic diagram of the thermal power station. So with the help of water which is converted into the steam, it is used to convert into the electric energy. I hope everybody understood this much. This is a very important topic of this today. With that, what we have learned today, first of all, we use a fuel as a coal, right? We burn for the conversion of water to steams. We are burning the coal so that heat is transferred to the water and that is converted into steam. That steam is passes to the first of all uh, to the steam turbine. So that turbine will rotate and that turbine will generate goes to the connected to the generator so that it produces electric energy, and whatever the steam is used to generate used for the rotation of turbine, it passes to the condenser, right, where the system for converting steam to back to water, then whatever the steam was there, it come back to the water state again, and that water is again used to the boiling purpose to convert water to the steam. So the water, whatever the water we are using, we are repeating water, right? We are not using every time new water, we are reusing the water which are used previous one. So this was a flow chart of generation of electric energy using the thermal energy. Electric energy using the thermal energy. So in the thermodynamic first law, we have discussed that some energy we are used to convert into the different energy. So here, which are the type of energy we used? Here, the energy flow chart is there. Here, first of all, we have used the chemical energy of the coal. Whatever the chemical energy was there in the coal, we converted that energy into the thermal energy. That thermal energy converted into the kinetic energy in the steam, because you know that when the water vapor is when the water vapor is converted into water is there in the boiler, that converted into steam, that create a huge kinetic energy. That kinetic energy of steam is used to rotate the turbine. So the kinetic energy of turbine, and that kinetic energy of turbine is used to rotate the conductor so that they will produce the electric energy. So here if you see the flow chart of diagram, here there is chemical energy first of all of the coal, then we are using the thermal energy, then we are using the kinetic energy of steam, then we are using the kinetic energy to rotate the turbine, and then we produce the electrical energy. So in this simple diagram only we can say that there, to produce electric energy we have converted so many different types of energy, then after with the help of that energy we are creating the electric energy. So this was about the uh, thermal power station to produce the electricity. I hope everybody understood this.